So a geek is walking home from the comic book store. He trips over a magic lamp. The genie pops out. He says, "Okay, kid, 3 wishes, you know the drill." Geek doesn't even hesitate. He says, "Wish number 1, I want to be Batman." The genie says, "Okay, I'll be back for wish number 2 and 3 after I see your parents." Thanks for stopping by my YouTube channel to check out Comic Book Editions Volume 97. I'm very excited that you're here today. I've got an AOK unboxing coming up in today's video from my friend Jason, Southern Comic Geek. I also have some new and recent back issues that I've added to the collection to share with you. I have a new Funko Pop I want to show off, and there's autographs that have been added to my autograph collection too. So I'm excited to share all of these things in today's video. If you're new to my channel, make sure to click the subscribe button, and clicking the notification bell will instantly inform you when new content is added. So recently, at the end of one of my Comic Book Editions videos earlier this month, I showed off 2 DC Wal-Mart 4-packs from the new wave that just came out that I picked up. And I said that if I didn't open those on my channel, I would recap them in a future video. Well, I ended up a couple weeks ago opening those up on Fanboys Live in the Retro Review, which was on Tony Fett's channel. And I meant to recap those last week, but I got so caught up in my Varangian Vigilante AOK that I forgot to do so. So we're gonna quickly kind of recap those books that were in the 2 Walmart 4-packs that I picked up from this new wave to start out today's video. I'll go a little bit faster through these, and do forgive me for not having bags and boards. I'm completely out right now. The forward-facing book, so I knew I was going to get this one in one of the packs, was Superman Son of Kal-El, issue number 6. I was excited to get this. I have had no luck yet getting a Son of Kal-El first print for issue number 2. I was hoping those would show up in some Walmart pack somewhere, but I don't think they ever did, and I kind of missed out on that one, and I hate that. Justice League Incarnate, issue number 1 of the 5-issue miniseries, and it's been a minute. It's been a while since I've had a Captain Carrot appearance in my collection. It's been a while since I've added a Captain Carrot comic book into the collection, but we got one now with this book. I was a little lost when I read this one. It's Lois Lane, issue number 10. I guess I didn't really understand the storyline that was going on, and just to get one issue out of context kind of threw me a little bit. This is the only Lois Lane comic book I have from this issue's run, this volume so far, but that was in my Walmart 4-pack. And then the 4-pack wrapped up with this Future State, Superman and Imperious Lex. So that's a good, nice Superman-themed 4-pack. The second 4-pack that I picked up, oh, by the way, on that Superman Imperious Lex, look at the back cover, Wonder Woman 84. I scored right there just with the back cover ad. Okay, the second Walmart 4-pack that I picked up, the forward-facing book was this The Batman, The Long Halloween Sampler. I really wanted this because this is the same comic book that AMC was giving out when the Batman movie first aired. IMAX was also giving these out as well. So I didn't end up missing out on that. I was able to get one through a Walmart 4-pack. And I read this and I thought it was fantastic. Very good. And then I was surprised to see this because it's been a little while. I've gotten a Batman issue number 92 in Walmart 4-packs before, but it's been a while. Consider this issue's kind of old, actually. It's the first appearance of the Underbroker. It's also the second full appearance of Punchline, and it's the issue where Punchline and Harley Quinn meet. So as I said, I've gotten it in a Walmart pack before, but it's been several waves back, and I haven't seen these show up in any of the other waves, and they were back in this wave. So it was a surprise, but I'll take it. Here's a Batman and Fortnite comic book. This is a third printing. I believe it's issue number 1, if I'm remembering correctly, but it's the third printing for it, and it's still in its original plastic. I probably will keep it sealed like that, at least for a little while. And then the 4-pack wrapped up with, it started out with that Batman, The Long Halloween Sampler from the movie theaters. Well, here is Batman, The Long Halloween Special. So I believe this is the full book. So I've read the sampler, but I haven't read the full book, and I'm looking forward to doing so because I enjoyed the sampler so much. But this book alone was $8, so that almost covered the entire cost of that Walmart pack right then and there. Overall, I was really happy with what I ended up getting out of these Walmart 4-packs. I want to turn my attention now to some back issues. Hey, do you like my new Hawkeye t-shirt? I think it's pretty cool. I'm styling today. But if you're going to wear a Hawkeye t-shirt, I think I should show a Hawkeye comic book, don't you? Here's some comic books I got from Nucadia. This one, big spec book. I think Michael Ackery especially has been specking on this one. Marvel Team Up issue number 92. It's Spider-Man and Hawkeye teaming up. And they're taking on Mr. Fear. It's the second Mr. Fear, but it's the first appearance of the second Mr. Fear. And I think there's some speculation that Mr. Fear will show up on a Disney Plus television show sometime in the future, maybe Daredevil or something related to that. But I think that that's where the spec is coming from. And since it's being spec'd on and the book isn't that expensive, I ended up getting 2 copies. So we'll keep one in the collection for sure, and we'll hold on to one for a while and see if anything happens to come from the spec. I don't spec a whole lot, but I thought this was kind of fun, and both books were affordable and in very nice condition, so I pulled the trigger on them. And Marvel fans, I also have another book to show you. It's Fantastic Four, number 253 from Volume 1. So I picked up 252 last fall at a convention. That's the horizontal issue, you might remember. And it's the beginning of a 4-part story arc. Well, the first part was so good, I thought, I want to see how this story arc plays out. So at least I've gotten part 2. I still have to get the other 2 issues to complete the story arc, but slowly chipping away at it. That's kind of a cool cover too. We got some nice floating heads in the galaxy here too. Of course, this was during the John Byrne era of Fantastic Four. So eventually, hopefully sooner than later, we'll pick up 254 and 255 so I can finish off the story arc. Turning to eBay, this is a book that you might be surprised that you might initially think, why don't you have this book already? I do have this book already, but I've got another copy of it. It's New Teen Titans, issue number 38. This is Who is Donna Troy? This story, oh my gosh. It's one of my favorite stories. It's just a one-off issue. It pretty much just centers on Dick Grayson and Donna Troy in this issue and goes a little bit more in depth about her origin. I've gotten emotional reading this story before. It never lets me down. I mean, it's Wolfman Perez at its best. The reason I got a second copy of this was this was one of the books I was going to send to CGC for the George Perez signing. Of course, and unfortunately that has gotten canceled and it's not going to be rescheduled. But I just bought it not because it's an expensive book, a key, or anything like that, but just because I just love this story so much. And this is as minty can be and unread, just like it was described in the description for the eBay ad. So I picked it up and I did send it in, and kudos to CGC for getting it back to me in that unread condition too. I was happy that they got it back to me and there was nothing to worry about. But I sent 2 books out for the signing. Like I said, didn't happen. So I chose to have the book sent back to me rather than to have someone else sign them or just get them encapsulated without the signature. But with that money, I kind of spent the money. I didn't leave that money laying around for very long. I spent the money on something extra special that I'll be showing you soon on my channel, and it's going to be in Comic Book Editions Volume 100. We're getting there. We're getting close. We're at Volume 97 today, so in a few weeks, Volume 100 will be here. And I kept thinking of different things that I could do, a theme that I could go with, maybe something related to 100. Maybe I'd buy issue number 100 of a title, and or I'd spend $100 on just one comic book and share that in the video. And I kind of threw all those ideas away and came up with something else that I can't wait to show you that will be coming up soon in Comic Book Editions Volume 100. So look for that here on my channel in the very near future. As for now, another comic book to share with you. This is off my top 12 goal list, and I'm psyched to have this. This is DCeased, Unkillables, issue number 1. It's the Ryan Brown exclusive cover. This was sold at C2E2 in 2019. Look at that cheetah with Wonder Woman. Now, I didn't really have a preference, or I didn't know if I was going to get the trade dress version or the minimal trade dress. But there actually is something about that splash of red by the trade dress that I actually think adds a little something to this cover. So I ended up getting this. You know, a couple weeks ago, I mentioned that there was an eBay book that I was going to get and it arrived damaged. It was this book. And I ended up getting fully refunded for it. And I bought this from Comics Elite. They put this one on sale and I had some rewards from them too. So I really scooped this up at a really good price. So let's take a quick look at my top 12 goal list for 2022. And we see that we have already completed half of it, which I'm so excited to already be halfway done. And starting on the second half with DCeased Unkillables, issue number 1. When I put my top 12 goal list together back in December, I actually kind of thought when I looked at the list overall that this would probably be the first book I would get off the list. But it ends up being the first book I get off the second half of the list. I also have, this is a 3-issue miniseries, and I have issue number 2, and the cover I have for it is a cheetah cover. So I've got issue number 1 with a cheetah cover. That's an exclusive. I have issue number 2 with a cheetah cover, and I thought, you know, I need to pick up issue number 3, and if they have a cheetah cover for it, that's the one I need to get. There is no cheetah-centric cover for issue 3. Out of all of the different covers for issue 3, I think she's only on one cover, and she's kind of way in the background. So that was a little bit of a bummer. Happy to have this, though, and to be back working on my top 12 goal list. You'll see, fingers crossed, another book off of my top 12 goal list showing up on a Comic Book Editions video next month here on my channel. It's time to open up this package. It's an AOK from my friend Jason, Southern Comic Geek. And I appreciate Jason's friendship so much. I've left a link to his YouTube channel in the description for this video as well. So if for some reason you're not subbed to him, you're missing out on great content, you need to be subbed to him so you don't miss out on it. So a good friend in the community, a good guy, and he messaged me and said, hey, I have something. Are you interested in this? And I was. So let's unbox it. I'll put you into fast forward mode and we can share it together. Okie dokie. So he had me pull tabs and everything because he's a professional like that. And, oh man, I'm so excited about this. This is so awesome of Jason to give this up and share this with me. This is the Sensational Wonder Woman special, issue number 1. And look a little closer at it. Look down here. It's autographed. Yeah, when Jason first messaged me, he said, do you have this? And I'm like, no, I think my LCS will have it in my pull box. And then he said, well, you know, it's autographed. And I didn't see the autograph at first. And I'm like, oh, I won't have an autographed one. And it's signed by Dexter Vines. And Jason shared this with me. I thought that was awesome. Thank you so much. I love autographs. I love Wonder Woman. I love comic books. So this check marks like a lot of my wheelhouse in one sitting. So that's sweet. And such a beautiful cover too. I don't have a Dexter Vines autograph in my collection until now, courtesy of my friend Jason, Southern Comic Geek. Of course, I've won from Jason before, and I shared that prize win in a previous video. And what was cool about that prize win too, there was a variant for the Conan Wonder Woman miniseries that I didn't have that I ended up getting from that prize win. So that was awesome. Thank you so much, Jason, for thinking of me and sending this to my home. It's forever home. I do appreciate it a lot. Awesome to have this autograph too in my collection. You're a great friend, and I can't thank you enough. Wow. So I mentioned that I'm an autograph fan, and you know, I haven't talked about my autograph collection very much on my channel overall. And I really need to do that someday because I'm really proud of the autographs I have, and I have a lot that are superhero related or superhero oriented too, or pop culture, stuff like that. And since COVID hit, it definitely wasn't easy adding to my autograph collection. But now that conventions are coming back a little bit, I have. This is an interesting story, and I'm not going to say the company that it happened from because I do believe it was a complete accident, and this is not a call for action at all. So last year, I ordered an autograph from this company that was going to go to this convention and get it signed, and it was from Lilly Aspell. And if you say, who is Lilly Aspell? She played the young Diana in both of the Wonder Woman movies. And she doesn't live in the United States. So I thought, this would be good because it would be easier to try to get an autograph from her if she lived in the US, the same country I live in, but she doesn't. So if I can get this facilitated for me, cool. So it was supposed to be personalized to my name with a message written and signed. And I picked out the photo that I wanted out of several different options. They had some really good options. So ordered it all, and then shortly after, the convention appearance that she was supposed to be at got canceled because of COVID, or postponed, I should say. Well, I understand that. Well, when it got rescheduled to this year, I was like, okay, we're still on track. I even contacted the company and said, hey, are we still on track for this? And they said, yep, we're all good to go. And they shipped the autograph out to me, and I opened it up, and this is what I got. So you're looking at that and saying, hey, that's not a bad autograph. And I agree with you. It's a good photo. It's a good autograph. It's not the photo I selected. And I paid for it to be personalized to my name with the message, with the inscription. And that's not there either. And I thought, well, what happened? And to be honest, I was a little disappointed because I could just go and buy just a signed photo, of her off of eBay. But I wanted one that was personalized to my name. So I contacted them, and they did some checking, and they came back to me and they said, okay, here's what happened. They said, we have switched systems since last year. And when our old system transferred the orders over to the new system, it didn't put any of the personalization or inscription stuff inside for any of the orders back then, for the ones that got moved to 2022 that were supposed to be done in 2021. So it was an error on their part. They did have the photo that I wanted, but it wasn't inscribed or personalized to my name. So they did send that to me, and told me to keep this picture. I was willing to, give it back. But this is the photo I was supposed to get inscribed and personalized and inscribed to me. And I love this photo a lot. I love the other photo too, but man, this is an awesome photo. So I do appreciate them letting me keep that. I do think it was an honest mistake, which is why I'm not calling out this company. And I've ordered from them before and have gotten autographs that were personalized. And I just think it was a one-off mistake. But it's still cool to have in my collection, but it didn't checkmark my need to have that personalized autograph from Lilly. So I'm still a little bit back at square one with that, but we'll work on it and see what happens and see if we can't. She's a remarkable actress, though, and she did such a great job in those Wonder Woman movies. Very believable as the young Gal Gadot, if you ask me. But I am happy to have two awesome Lilly Aspell autographs in my collection now. And I hope I get back to working a little bit more actively on my autograph collection here in 2022, especially now that the con season is back a little bit. I hope I can do that. One more thing I want to show you before we wrap up this comic book editions video. How about a Funko Pop? This is pretty cool. We talked about the Gal Gadot version of Wonder Woman. Here's the Linda Carter version of Wonder Woman in a Funko Pop celebrating Wonder Woman's 80th anniversary. This is the Barnes & Noble exclusive and from the Diamond collection, and she is all pimped out in sparklies all over her costume, which is, there's a version of this, but it's not sparkly. The sparkly version here, the diamond version, is the Barnes & Noble exclusive. So that's another recent addition into my comic book superhero collection and Wonder Woman collection too. What did you think about the items that I shared today? I would love to know that in the comments section below. Your comments are always welcomed, encouraged, and appreciated. We can dialogue about any of the things that I showed or anything else that you want to talk about. Please give this video a thumbs up, share this video and this channel with someone that you think might enjoy it so I can continue growing my channel. That's a great way to show support. As I said, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe now. Certainly appreciate you and the support that you show me. Next week, we're going to be at Comic Book Editions Volume 98, and I have some awesome books to show you. I have finally dipped my toe into the first YouTube auction/claim sales that were live, and I want to show you some stuff that I picked up, and I think you might be impressed with what I ended up getting for the amount of money that I spent. So that will be in Comic Book Editions Volume number 98 next week. I'll see you then. Until then, take care and have a great rest of your week. Thanks for making it to the end of another video. Bye.